Ladies and gentlemen, just when you thought it couldn't get any more exciting, it did. In the next few years, about 80% of all smartphones built will have AI technology that reads your mind and predicts your next move just to make it easier on you. It's for your safety. It's because they love you so much. And you can read about this at techcrunch.com or you can read about it at Yahoo News. It's by Natasha Lomas. And it is describing how by 2022, check this out, 2022, 80% of smartphones shipped will have on-device AI capabilities, up from 10% in 2017. So last year, there was already smartphones being shipped with AI technologies to predict your next move so they could find out what product to sell you. But this goes to a whole new level. Now it talks about uses and abuses and hello, digital me sitting on the device. This is smartphones. This is a quote here, smartphones will be extension of the user, capable of recognizing them and predicting their next move. They will understand who you are, what you want, when you want it, how you want it done, and executive tasks and execute nanu tasks upon your authority. People say, Rex, why don't you read this stuff before you do a show, man? That way you don't mispronounce words like enunciation. I need glasses. I know what enunciation is. I just couldn't see it properly, but that is my excuse and I'm sticking to it. I'll think about it, but it just would take away the fun. If I got every word right, then you wouldn't have as much stuff to troll me on. So let's just leave it at that. But I do want to give a major shout out to virtualshield.com/leak project. Talk about keeping your information safe and private from big data spies. Well, with virtualshield.com/leak project, it is a VPN, virtual private network designed from the ground up to protect your information from big data spies. If you surf the web anonymously, that's what you'll get with a VPN. It takes your IP address and it changes it so every website you visit doesn't know where you're located, what kind of operating system you're using, what kind of computer you have, and pretty much who you are. I mean, it's pretty fascinating how much information just your IP address can say about you. Okay, now that's my shameless plug, virtualshield.com/leak project. They're offering a special for Leak Project listeners, less than $5 a month, and a free 30-day trial. Check it out. Back to the article here. Digital me sitting on the device. It's going to decide what you like, how you like it, when you want it, when to do it. Imagine every corporation, every Fortune 1000 corporation that's a consumer-based business getting access to this now. It just pings all these corporations now. The AI is writing everybody. Hey, this guy is going to go watch Star Wars tonight. Try and sell him extra popcorn with extra butter. Oh, that guy's going downtown tonight. Maybe try and sell him something from the mall or from the new designer store. It's amazing how much you can find out about somebody just based upon what kind of cars and vehicles they like. Now, this is just a whole new level. So, Hello Stocking, should be called Hello Stocking as a service, is the digital me. Yeah, I mean, it does kind of seem that way, doesn't it? So, what if it predicts inaccurately? Like, what if it's, because pretty soon everything's going to be hooked up at home, smart appliances, smart vacuums, smart cameras, smart microphones, smart TVs making you stupid. So it might predict that while you're away, you want it to, make some rice and vacuum the floors. So it just automatically sends some AI algorithm. Okay, start the crock pot, start the pressure cooker, start the rice cooker. Watch out for Boston Marathon. Never go to a Boston Marathon with a pressure cooker. I'm just saying, you might be in Family Guy or something like that. You might be on that cartoon, but hanging out with Peter. And I'm digressing, but it's because the AI told me to. Because now we don't even need to think for ourselves. The phones will think for us, ladies and gentlemen. Does this not creep you out? Cars reading your mind. Smartphones reading your mind, predicting your next move. Telling your house and everybody that's connected to your smart appliances and smart electronics and smart apps what to do based upon what it thinks you're thinking to make your life easier. Then it's got user authentication. authentication. Password-based simple authentication is becoming too complex and less effective. Oh, yeah. It's because people can't even come up with passwords now. They're so retarded. Maybe that was not the proper word to use. I'm referring to slow. They're so slow and dilapidated now. Most people, definitely not you, definitely not you. Most people now are so ignorant, slow, lazy, and dilapidated, they can't even use passwords that are complex enough in today's world. So what do? Well, let's just give artificial intelligence the keys to the kingdom and let AI predict for us. And then pretty soon it'll predict if you're going to get upset. So maybe it will automatically order you. Pretty soon they're going to have AIs that are going to prescribe you medicines. The doctors won't even do it anymore. It'll be AIs. And you know what? Most doctors out there, in my opinion, most of them, not all of them, because there are some very, very kind, loving, genuine doctors out there. I don't even know about most of them. But many of them seem to have a superiority complex because of the amount of indoctrination that they have. Now, if you break your arm, you probably need to get it fixed. You probably need to go see a doctor. You need surgery, something real serious going on. Hey, I get it. Those guys are extremely talented. They have a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. It's the new wave of doctors that you go to, and you don't even want to see them because all they attempt to do is force feed you vaccinations. And they have to follow these scripts, and they're in these boxes now. They don't even have the opportunity to think for themselves because the Borg has literally taken over the healthcare mafia industrial complex. They make money off of sick people. Do they really want you healthy? Think about that. Anyway, so now the AI systems, imagine AI systems prescribing medications for you because it's predicting you might be grumpy. It's predicting that you're questioning things too much. It's predicting that you're not watching enough mainstream brain drain news to be indoctrinated and put under mind control spells, which, by the way, I found an article today about how even in just 1 year, adults, let me find the, legally, because they're older than 18, let's see. Like, I don't even think most people have a mindset of an adult anymore. They could be 50, they could be 60. They have a mindset of sheep. They have, here we go. Fact Tank, Pew Research Center. Fewer Americans rely on TV news. What type they watch varies by who they are. Using data, share using local TV for news falls from 2016 to 2017 by 7%. So it went from 57% to below 50%. Adults now get news, according to the article here, just 50% of U.S. adults now get news regularly from television, down from 57% a year prior in early 2016. But the audience drain varies across the three television sectors: local network, cable, local network and cable. Local TV has experienced the greatest decline, according to Research Center analysis. Well, maybe people are tired of being lied to. Good for them. Maybe they're looking for alternatives now, going to platforms like YouTube and looking for information that they're not going to get in the brain drain media. Leak Project. We probably cover 3 or 4 dozen topics just on this one channel. So you're not going to find any of this stuff. Excuse me. You're not going to find, I shouldn't say any of it. Much of the information on Leak Project you're not going to find on Channel 5, on Channel 7, on Channel 13. The Communist News Network, the brain drain, dilapidated, zombified, mummified caterpillar media is pushing an agenda constantly that doesn't seem to have the people's best interests at heart. Now, the people's best interests at heart that it does have are those extremely wealthy, that are funding the beast, that are funding the machine. And it's not a good beast, folks. There's good beasts out there too. Hello. Not all beasts are bad. You got to have beasts out there. But do you want the mark of the beast? That is the question. And what is the mark of the beast? And with AI calculations now on your phones that are predicting your future movements, is that not a form of the mark of the beast? And to take it even a step further, when you read through Revelation and all the cryptic knowledge and subliminal information, and not only the symbols and the archetypes and the colors and the numbers, there is a lot of data there that has been packed into literally just one book, a very small book. Revelation isn't that big of a book, folks. There's a lot of information there. And it's fascinating because I've been reading up on Albert Pike and Morals and Dogma, and Albert Pike discusses how there's more information in Revelation than libraries of ancient knowledge. You just have to know how to find it. So I thought that was quite interesting as well. Each symbol, some person might say that just represents one thing or two things, but it represents an infinite amount of opportunities. Each symbol, and that's what makes them so powerful. I find that fascinating as well. But back to these AI systems. Let's talk about these AI systems here for a minute that are being lodged in virtually all smart appliances now. They're predicting if you're going to be happy, if you're going to be sad, what you're going to buy, what they want to market you. Just the defense sector, that is one small portion of the pie. I'm assuming that the majority of this AI stuff is going to be linked to consumer corporate markets to sell you more product. People are plugging into the machine more and more every single day. The question is, now that it's here, now that the machine is all around us, what do we choose to do with it? And how do we respond? How do we make it for our benefit, not for everybody else's that is designing it to enslave us and make us good little consumers? How do we break out of the matrix and the system while we're still inside and stay inside and use it to our advantage? I think that's the next level. Instead of fighting it, because Pandora's box was opened long ago and change is inevitable. How do we influence enough people to use this change so that it doesn't become chains of bondage? Use it as a launching pad to greatness, to new opportunities that we didn't have before. Like these mind technologies that they're using to literally implant enormous amounts of data in seconds that might take you years to learn. And they're using these technologies, like implanting it directly into your brain. When that stuff gets fine-tuned, wouldn't it be nice if we could actually learn 5 or 6 languages, learn all about science and quantum physics at the college level, at the doctorate level, at the professor level, and learn it in seconds, in minutes? Why wouldn't we do that? Well, what would the side effects be to that? What would that do to you by not actually sitting down and learning about it? But then you can say, people use different opportunities to learn faster now that aren't bad. We're using a computer to search knowledge versus going to libraries and opening up books now. So there's gives and takes with everything. How do we keep it balanced and to our advantage? That is the question. And of course, my watch had to beep right at that exact moment, which reminds me to remind you to be excellent to each other. Have an amazing day wherever you are. I want to thank everybody that watches the program. Thank you, everybody that shares the shows. Thank you, everybody that puts kind words in the comment section. It's nice to see those because there's some just Brobdingnagian trolls out there. There's some massive trolls out there. So it's nice to see 9 good comments to the 1 nasty comment. Thank you. And also, I want to thank everybody that is a premium member at leakproject.com. I want to thank everybody that supports the sponsors of leakproject.com. It's nice to have sponsors because that allows me more time to research and to do more podcasts. And we have awesome sponsors. I mean, getthetea.com is awesome. They use amazing products or amazing, their organic supplements, in my opinion, are the best of the best. Also, virtualshield.com is a VPN, a virtual private network that's designed from the ground up. It works, it's cheap. And then Trade Genius Academy, if you want to become an expert in cryptocurrencies. I've got a guest that's going to be on the show here in a few days that's going to show us the ropes, the ins and the outs. Really excited to talk to an expert from Trade Genius Academy. So thank you for supporting our sponsors as well. Thank you for supporting Noble Gold Investments. If you want to turn your 401 or your IRA into gold and silver, into precious metals, if you want to get into the precious metals market, Noble Gold Investments is definitely the way to go. That is my shameless plug, ladies and gentlemen. Be the change you want to see.